the guys who's been reviewing my YouTube videos, he approached me recently and he said he's got some amazing willows that any day will beat the big brands SG, SS, Grey Nichols, any of those brands, based on the ping, based on the grain structure, based on how the bat looks. So the first one we have got is the highest quality cricket bat that they have got in their range. Now this is the CX Cricket Experts Extreme 7 cricket bat. I want to show you how the bat looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 straight green. Look at that. No blemish on the cricket bat at all. Then the stickering looks very good, very authentic. And now the beauty of it is, look at the back, look at the profile from the back as well. It's got a beautiful low middle profile. The other bat that we have is another a CX bat. But again, look at the grains on this one. Amazing grains, evenly spaced, no blemishing at all on the cricket bat. And then just look at the profile of the cricket bat. It's again an amazing profile. But guess what? These bats are fake. They put a lamination sheet on them. That's why they look so beautiful, and they've got a lot of grains on it. And so this might be a bat with like 4 or 5 grains on it. How do I conclude that these bats have got lamination sheet attached to it? There are a couple of signs that are very easy to understand or easy to get. Whenever you're looking at a bat, there's a couple of things that were a little bit off about this bat. If you look closely, you're going to see there is a little bit of a black marking on the cricket bat. Now wood can have a little bit of discoloration. It happens in the wood. Usually it will be a dark brown, it won't be a little bit black. Then if you look at the bat closely, you're going to see a little bit of discoloration in the colors. Look at this side, look at this side. It's not hardwood. It doesn't look like hardwood at all. So there's a little bit of discoloration. The sure shot way of knowing if this cricket bat is a fake or a laminated cricket bat is there are 2 or 3 things that you have to see. You have to see from the shoulder. Let me try to show you from the shoulder. You see how these lines are coming in? They have to align with the overall grain structure of the bat. Now, I'm looking at it, I definitely see these lines, and there is one grain over here, one grain on this side, one grain on this side, and there are 3 lines over here. Similarly, there is one grain that goes over here, which does align with it, and then there are 2 more grains over here which do not align. So now, interesting part in this bat, right? Let's see if we can do a close-up look of it. There's one grain over here. Look at the color of the grains. Then you see this grain. Look at the color of this grain, and then look at the color of this grain. Very different colors. So to me, the middle grain kind of seems like the original grain in the bat, because when you're making the shoulders, you're basically rubbing it off a little bit. You're taking out the wood from the shoulder, and that's where the grains get a little bit subdued. They don't come out as orange colored grains like on this bat. So they're definitely the right grains on the bat, but they don't align with anything. For example, I can see one grain over here that does not align with anything, and then I've got one grain over here that does not align with anything coming down. So again, trying to rip people off by creating these lines on the handle just to show that these are grain structure. Now, how would I be 100% sure that this bat is a fake? Take off this the toe guard. They put lamination sheet on the front, they put lamination sheet on the back. they are not putting a lamination sheet under the toe guard. So as soon as I take the toe guard off, I'll be able to see how many grains does it have. That these are fake and the ones that I've got are real. Now this is my Gray Nichols Giant. You would have already seen the review on it. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 grains on it, right? If you look at it, you can see the 7 grains on it. Now this one doesn't have a toe guard. Let's look at the toe. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 grains on the toe guard. And then what you have to see is, are the grains matching with the grains on top? So look at this grain, goes down exactly like that. Look at this grain, goes down exactly. Look at this one, goes down. And this one goes down into the toe. So all of these grains are actually aligning with what's on the face. Another thing is, I want to show you from the shoulder. It's got this grain mark. Now you see how light it is. It's definitely not orange, because when you're making the bat, you have to make sure that you take the wood out of the shoulder just to shape the shoulder into the handle. So just look at how light this mark is, and let me show you where it aligns with the grain. It aligns right over here with this grain. Let me show you on the other side. This grain is aligning with this grain on the bat. So it's a perfect alignment of the grain. Spending 1500 on this to me is a waste of money. Companies should not be doing this. This is extremely unethical. You should sell the bat in the form that it comes in. CX is definitely a brand you should stay away from. Only thing is, I want to raise awareness, and whenever you're buying a bat, how do you check if it is a good bat? You first of all buy from a company that sells legit cricket equipment. That's why I do most of my reviews at AJ. I trust AJ Sports. I know that they're only gonna get bats that are good quality bats. They're not gonna sell you anything fake. How do I know the bats are real? I just do a closer inspection of the cricket bat. I count the grains from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I should have around 7 at the back as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The wood is not going to be different on the back. It's not going to be different on the face. So it should be the same. You can count these grains. You're going to find 7 grains. Then what you look at is the toe. All of these grains, front or back, needs to be aligned in the toe with the grains on the front and on the back. Then what you need to see is, you need to check the shoulder of the bat. There's one grain that is coming from here, and it's it's very subtle. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the camera, but this is the grain that is coming, and it's perfectly aligning with the grain over here. And on the other side, this grain is perfectly aligning with the grain on this side. Similarly, there's one grain over here, which perfectly aligns with the back, and which perfectly aligns over here. So overall, if you're buying a cricket bat, if you're spending so much money on it, make sure you're buying the right equipment. Make sure you're paying the right price for the right cricket bats. Don't go with fake cricket bats. They might perform, they might not perform, but they're definitely not gonna last you long. And secondly, these practices are definitely should not be encouraged and should be stopped. A lot of people are doing this, unfortunately. There are a couple of things that they do. Either they put a laminated sheet on it. This might be inside of this lamination, it might be a Kashmir willow bat. Nobody knows. Another thing that they are doing is, normally a Kashmir willow bat does not have very good grain structure on it. A new technique that they have started doing, because now they have got into the engraving thing, so they kind of engrave also the grains on Kashmir willow cricket bat, just to make more grains and to make you believe that this is the right bat. So buy genuine cricket equipment. Don't get into these scams. Stay away from companies like CX or any other company that I'll come across. I'm gonna post more videos about them, so you'll be aware of them as well. Uh, Thank you, and be safe when you're buying cricket bats.